feel as prepared as I've ever been in my life, Michael.
But we're doing this on a day that is it's a somber day, but expected. Again, John Romita Sr. passing away at the age of 93. Again, we talked about this earlier. God bless him. 93 is a great goal. My grandfather was 95. Again, God bless him for living that kind of a life and making that kind of an impact. And I mean, as I was saying, I just got this in the mail today. This is literally what makes me think of John Romita is the maybe with the little spidey sense on it, but like the split. And he just really, if you read those early books when he started in Spider-Man 39, and we'll put overlays over it so people know. That first book he did, he just took the character to a new level, in my opinion. With the art, and Ditko is great for his time, but obviously you look back at the original art now and you're like, wait, what? And so I think Romita, ahead of his time, incredible. I mean, the impact was, Kingpin, Wolverine, Mary Jane, man, Gwen Stacy. It just goes on and on and on, and what he was able to bring and do. And so great life, great impact, and yeah, a somber day nonetheless, though, losing another great. So yeah, that's my soapbox spiel.
Yeah, it's an interesting point you make about Amazing Spider-Man 39, and I was just checking to make sure my memory is correct, because the cover of Amazing Spider-Man 38 is one of my least favorite covers of the entire run.
Which one is 38?
Kind of a white background with a somewhat bulky looking Spider-Man sort of running out of the front.
Oh, the Joe one. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just like whenever I see that in a run in a collection, I sort of shudder a little bit inside. When you think of some of the great covers from that early run, like I like any cover that features water. Spider-Man tied to a chair and like slowly drowning in a like, love the reflections on it, the Scorpion's second appearance, that ASM 29, and just they're so great. And then you see 38 and you're like, wow, did he forget his deadline and have to sort of phone that one in or something? And then yeah, so Romita really switched things up in a way similar to how Todd McFarlane switched things up. And yeah, he'll be missed.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, 39 is just it's an incredible comic to begin with. 50, it's still one of my favorite covers. 50 is just that King, even though the Kingpin's not on it, it is just such an iconic, and it's been reused. And I'm looking at it right now. It's been used and reused, where the Spider-Man No More. And he really just, again, and it's funny you said that, like, I mean, you have more comic book knowledge and historic knowledge than almost anyone I've ever met. And so the 38, we think about it and we think about the Ditko behind the scenes and that relationship. And for those that don't know, he probably did phone it in because at that point, him and Stan Lee weren't even talking. And it's so interesting. And not to brandish either one. I mean, because they both had a hand in it, right? Like Stan Lee, 100%. And I'm excited to see that documentary when it comes out. 100% utilized his fame and put himself in a position and probably didn't, throw himself on the sword, or as Chris Evans would say, jump on, to go out on the line. And other people, like Jack Kirby and Ditko paid the price because they were just considered just artists. And that was, the thing. And so I'm sure he did, just like, I mean, it's funny. There's a book, and I'm trying to think of what it is. I'm listening to it right now, and yes, I said listening to it. It's an Audible book, but it talks about it. It's an inside story, and it just talks about those final few years of Ditko, and he just hated it. And even it's really great, and you would have great knowledge on this too. There's letters that I've seen pop up online that are for sale from Ditko, and he doesn't hold, and like from probably the 80s and 90s, I think, before he passed. And I think he passed, I got to look this up, but I want to say early 2000s. But to fans, he would write back to fans, but he did not mince words. And like one of the letters I saw, he was like, I could care less about Spider-Man. And he he left with a terrible taste in his mouth. And so Romita obviously changed things up, was fresh eyes, and just hit the ground running, and really just made such an impact on that character and Daredevil, and still seen today when you look at the artwork and the stylistic, it really is kind of incredible that he did this in the 60s. It's nuts.